With the surplus of migration taking place in the Mediterranean, many from Africa end up on the small island of Malta. The country's new president, George Vela, spoke about this with another concerned leader, Pope Francis. The central points of their conversation were migration, poverty, and the future of youth in Africa. Due to its Mediterranean location, the island of Malta is concerned with problems in both the Mediterranean and Africa. It is troubled especially with the security of the Mediterranean, including climate change, democracy in Africa, and investments.
You can see that his biggest concern is that. And coming, obviously, as he did, he was just coming from his trip in Africa. You could also feel the fact that he was very much concerned about the future of the youth in Africa, which obviously also form part of the migratory process, which eventually ends up in the Mediterranean.
The two leaders spoke of the direct effect that Africa has on the migration in Malta. Their meeting then shifted to thinking of possible solutions to these problems.
But then that obviously takes you to discuss the issue of what's going to happen with Africa. The lack of development in Africa, past history of Africa, demographic problems with Africa, and obviously what one would expect, or even more than that, what one should do to try to avoid further complications and further bad effects.
The President also invited Pope Francis to the island of Malta. Whether or not we'll see the Pope in Malta in the future is up to him.